We all have our own dreams in life. Some of us wish to be very successful, and others just want to get married, settle down, and have a family. But throughout America's history, there has always been something you could call the American dream. Something that everyone in America could aspire to become, and a lifestyle that everyone in America could dream to live. In earlier days, these American goals and ideals were much simpler to pinpoint. But in today's day and age, is there really one specific American dream? To try and answer this question, we're going to be exploring the question, what do the lives of Oxford teenagers reveal about the 21st century American dream? And to try and answer this question, we're going to be interviewing a few of Oxford Academy's very own juniors. Hello, Carlos. How are you doing today?
I'm doing just fine, thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I am a 17-year-old student at Oxford Academy. I'm on the baseball team and spend my free time playing video games. I have 5 siblings and I'm the second youngest of the bunch. My parents were born in Mexico and they moved to the US separately when I was younger before they met.
How was moving to the US for your parents? I imagine it would be a jarring experience.
My mother went to elementary school not knowing any English whatsoever, and my father had to eventually quit going to school in order to support his family. It was definitely hard for both of them growing up as they were building new lives from the ground up, but they both worked very hard and my mom eventually got her high school diploma. My father continued to work and support his family, eventually including her and my siblings.
It really is nice to see that their hard work paid off, Carlos. How has it affected your values and outlook on life?
Well, I know my life is easy compared to others that are less fortunate. I speak the native language and live in the country I was born in. I've always had food, water, and a bed, on top of the fact that I'm getting some of the best education I have available to me. I've learned to take advantage of the opportunities and be grateful for what I've been given. I know my parents had it harder than me growing up, and others have had it harder than them.
Interesting lesson. What does that mean for your future desires? How has it affected your ambitions? More specifically, what is your American dream?
I do not have any specific desire for my future, other than to do whatever will make me happy. Right now, I'm into spending time with my parents and siblings, friends, cousins, playing baseball, and going to high school. In the future, it is going to college, so I'll have more opportunities in the future in order to find work I will enjoy at a wage that will allow me to live a comfortable life.
So your American dream is simply to be happy?
Basically, yes. As I've already said, I've learned to be happy with what I've been given, take advantage of it. I think to an extent everyone's American dream is to have a fulfilling life. If I use what I have now to make sure I'm happy with my life in the future, then any other detail that surrounds my destiny is irrelevant because I will be satisfied with the outcome. I'm not sure what happiness entails, but I will do my best to follow it.
So, Craig, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
As of right now, I am 17 years old and a junior at Oxford Academy. I grew up in a really large family of 9 people, and there was always a lot of extended family everywhere, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandpas, grandmas. And so I really love that kind of atmosphere because I'm always going to be around people that I love and that love me. And more about my family, my immediate family. I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters, and I haven't. One of my sisters is older than me, so I'm the second oldest of 7.
Have there ever been problems having such a large family?
My parents have always tried their hardest to provide my siblings and I everything that we need. They have rarely fallen short for what we need, and most of the time we've gotten what we want as well. We live off of my father's income, and at times it is hard, but our parents always try their hardest.
What's something you have learned from your experiences so far in life?
When I was around 15, there was a boy named Juan who moved into our home. His parents both had no incomes, lived on and off the streets, and they needed a place for their son to stay. We had no intentions of him staying with us for almost 2 years. Juan had known my younger brother Trevor from elementary school. I barely knew him, and I had a hard time living with someone who I disliked and didn't know.
So what did you learn from that experience?
I've always had a drive to do well in high school and move on to college. For me, this experience with Juan has only made that drive even stronger. My American dream is to be able to support my family when I'm older and not have to give up their needs or wants. I never want my children to be a burden on someone else's family. And knowing what Juan is going through, I don't want to put that type of stress on them either. My American dream of supporting my future family gives me the drive to do well now so I can secure a good future.
Hello, Ryan. Would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Baseball has been in my life for many years now. It has always been something I've worked to get better at, and other than school, I've spent more time playing baseball than anything else I do. So of course, baseball is something that I want to get good at.
3 hours a day for 6 days a week helps make Ryan the best baseball player he can be. But of course, sometimes that kind of commitment and effort can get overbearing for him.
Well, of course, there are times where all I want to do is go home after a long day of school, but I know that I have to spend another 3 hours at school for practice. It gets really tiring sometimes, but I can't just skip practices. I'm expected to be a leader out there, and other guys look up to me. One of the biggest things that I've learned from playing baseball is how to be more of a leader.
Ryan, what would you say is your American dream?
As I said earlier, all these years playing baseball with different teams and different coaches, I can honestly say that I have learned to become a leader. For me, becoming a leader is something that is part of my American dream because by leading, I can incite change for the better in my community and overall improve my society.
Welcome, Yusuf. How are you doing? Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm currently a junior at Oxford Academy. I come from 2 immigrant parents, and their lives have really motivated me to become successful so that I will not have to face some of the same struggles they went through transitioning into America. Their stories of their struggles have motivated me to become successful so that it could be easier for me to provide for my family in the future.
You mentioned that their struggles have motivated you to become successful. Was there any specific event in their lives or in your life that made you change?
Growing up, I never really paid much attention to the future. I always liked living in the moment. Until one day when I was watching TV, instead of doing my homework, my dad walked into the room and made everything about life more realistic. He made me realize that it's good to focus on the present, but you need to also work for the future. You need to prepare yourself to be able to handle life in the future on your own because my parents, won't be here for you anymore to hold your hand through the process.
How did that talk with your father change how you act nowadays?
Nowadays, I always try my best to do things to the best of my ability. And this gave me a more positive outlook on the future. I really want to become successful so that I could take care of my family the same way my father has. I want to be able to work as hard as he has so that I can be as successful in my future. My American dream of supporting my family has driven me to be successful and hardworking so that I can take care of my family in the not so distant future.
After listening to all of these different experiences, including my own, we have come to the determination that the American dream most definitely lives on. But there is not a set dream that most everyone aspires towards. The 21st century is one that has seen some amazing changes, and society is continuing to push for equality. As I said earlier, at one point in time, there was a set American dream. However, as time has progressed, we really have seen a complete change in that. And now a person's American dream really relies on their morals and values. What a person finds important for themselves is what contributes to their own personal idea of the American dream.